I'm Rebecca Louise Law, and I'm an installation artist, and I work internationally, and I am from the UK, born in Cambridge, and I currently live in Wales. I studied fine art at university in Newcastle upon Tyne, which is the north of England, and I started as a painter, and my canvases got bigger and bigger. I started experimenting with swapping my paint for another material. My parents dried flowers in our attic as a child, and I remembered our attic being full of a palette of colours in the ceiling. And because the artwork was always about nature and my inspiration of nature, working with nature as my material made sense immediately.
Today is one of the 3 days we're kicking off the community workshops to help build the actual installation with materials that we've sourced all across Cleveland. Just in these past 3 days, we've had 200 volunteers over, I think we have 6 sessions of volunteers. So I think we're over 200 people already involved in the making of this artwork. We were tasked with Rebecca to source 10,000 flowers, and I think we're over 13,000 now. So we've surpassed our goal, which is great because we just want more and more flowers for the installation.
The community really stepped up here. We had incredible donations. We had this beautiful structure built. Land Studio stepped up. They worked at an impressive speed in terms of production and support for me. When I'm asked to do community-based installations, that's where my heart is. If I can involve the community in the process of making art and being a part of something, it really, really excites me. I feel like art is a language, and art is a way of communicating, and it isn't just for people that have been able to go to art school. Many, many, many people communicate through art, but not that many people are given the chance to access it. And so I really, really enjoy sharing that process.
Something that's really amazing about Rebecca is that I feel like she made everyone feel like an artist who participated in it, and just a lot of it was about just sitting together and actually just sharing stories. And I feel like there was a kind of magic that was being woven when we were making these garlands together.
Maybe it's different now. We have a really good club.
The most environmentally friendly way of preserving natural materials is to blast freeze. So you take the natural material and you go to a really, really cold temperature immediately, and then you very slowly bring it up to room temperature. And in that way you will kill any bugs. Being in the library, it has to be bug-free. And if we're going to preserve it and have it last for a long time, it can't have anything nesting inside it.
Most people don't think of art when they think of a library. This building was built in 1925 with this concept of great architecture so that everyone can be astonished when they walk in. And we just provide a little extra oomph to that astonishment. So many times art is provided in museums that most of our community can't get access to. And so for us as a library, where everyone walks through our doors, it is an opportunity for all of the public to have access to great art, and it's inspiring.
So we didn't actually have that long with this commission, and there was a moment where I wasn't sure if we could do it in the time allocated. It's many, many hours of thought and a lot of organising, a lot of designing and back and forth, but we managed to pull this off very, very quickly. Being in the library is very exciting for me because it is where we treasure and value paper and words. And so I feel like it's always exciting to be in a place where they put conservation first. And I feel like with my studies over time, with working with flowers, in a sense I've always treated flowers a little bit like paper. So archiving these flowers is what is on my heart, and so the perfect place to say that is a library.
From the first time seeing Rebecca's work, we knew it was special and we wanted to figure out a way to bring her work to Cleveland. Our partnership with the library seemed like the perfect place to start. We are so grateful for the opportunity to work with her to present the archive to the city. I'm so pleased to introduce the artist, Rebecca Louise Law.
What you'll see when you go into Brett Hall is a collection of flowers that I have saved and collected, a little sample of every single flower that I have used in every single installation, hence the archive. There's about 500,000 flowers in this installation, and 90,000 were from here, donated. And it was incredibly generous of Cleveland and the volunteers and everyone that worked on it. And I always wanted the viewer to have an experiential experience with art. And I always wanted my art to be accessible to everyone. And what is incredible about this installation is that it's here for a year, and it's free, and it's for everyone, and the local people have been involved. It's theirs.
I really hope that when people come into this exhibit, that they really take a moment of like reverence for just like the space. This is such a beautiful room that holds like so much history for the city, and just like to really understand the amount of like love and labor that went into this project, and to just like know how many like stories were shared, and like how much like Rebecca also, as much as she's like an incredible artist and made this, she also did so much like people work. I really saw Rebecca like work her magic with people, and like when I went into the space for the first time, it was like we just had a moment of silence together. I feel like being in this space like gives you the capacity to expand like just how like deep you're listening to nature, to other people in your life. And I hope that people like leave with a little bit of that magic.
I hope that the viewer just simply has a connection to nature, and I hope that they connect or reconnect and find a moment to just be. I think often looking at nature and being brought back to nature just gives a very healthy perspective on life. But I think as adults, the more responsibilities we have, the more stresses and worries, the less we can feel connected to nature. And I think I just hope that each person that comes in here feels that connection that they already have to nature, and that they just feel that they can be for a minute.